Hey Internet World, I've used my powers of entertaining you to bring you a special segment of TGR that covers E3. It's actually starting tomorrow. I'm recording this today. Hopefully we'll get it up by tomorrow morning if you even care to watch it. And that's about it. I could make a longer video to highlight all the video games covered for each platform, but that would take forever. Anyways. For now, I'm going to go through my predictions and what each company should bring to the table. Let's get started, shall we? Okay, let's just get started with Microsoft right now. Here's what I think they'll do. They'll focus more on games, show us everything that they have, what's coming out this year, what's coming out in the future. You know what I'm saying. Emphasize on their heavy hitters: Halo, Fable, Gears of War, hopefully not a tech demo, Call of Duty DLC, timed exclusive probably. Maybe hints of another Titanfall DLC or a sequel. I don't know. Hopefully no tech demos. Looking for redemption from last summer. They shot themselves in the foot. Looking at you, Don Matic. You know what you did. I'm not going to sugarcoat it either. He really screwed it up. Or, in general, Microsoft didn't do a great job because by the end of it, there were a lot of people wanting to torch the whole entire place at Microsoft. But anyways, besides that, they're looking for redemption. So whatever they do this year is the determining and defining point for them. So bring the games, bring the entertainment value to your $400 piece of hardware that I've wonderfully won at the end of my academic career in college, and that's it. They're not out of the battle yet. What makes them stand apart from PS4? I don't know. Only time will tell. But this will be a great year. I'm looking forward to it. What I think they should bring to the table: more games. Always bring games. Yes, Skyping with your uncle or cousin in Antarctica is cool, but do I really care about that too much? No, I want games. Convince me why an Xbox One or a 360 is worth it. Like, what sets it apart from other consoles? Don't abandon support for the 360. It's still doing awesome. Announce new IPs. I don't want sequels all the time, but new stuff would be great. And what separates them from the competition, like I mentioned before? Like, why should I get this instead of this? Alright, and that's what I think the overall thing should be for Microsoft's press conference. Okay, next company that I'm going to highlight is Nintendo. Here's what I think they'll do. Show games they've hinted at throughout the year. Kind of like with Microsoft, they've dropped teasers and little tidbits like, oh, we're going to announce something new at E3, so you should totally check it out. We get to emphasize first-party games. Mario Kart 8 is already a big hit because at my retail store that I work at, tons of people always ask, hey, you guys got the new, Mario Kart 8? Whatever? Yeah, we do. Okay. Just come to the store and buy it, whatever. Click. Anyways, they're playing at their own pace. They're not really competing with Sony and Microsoft. Like, they're kind of doing their own thing. And that's okay. I mean, I respect them for that. I mean, yeah, money's great. Ooh, money. But they're doing whatever they want to do. And that's the way it should be. Microsoft and Sony are only really competitive because they want to outdo each other, and that's good. I think it's great because it pushes each company to be really, really good, and swipe up exclusive IPs, give indie developers a chance to grow, and all that fun stuff. The presentation, I believe, will be highly appealing to all their die-hard fans and those that grew up with it. Families are probably going to get a nice kick out of it too. They mentioned a lot in the past with their Wii U functionality and their motion sensor stuff, but let's hope that they all bring back the essence of like what they made it for games. Here's what I think they should bring to the table: bring back lost franchises that have been in hibernation or dead. Star Fox. Just saying. Could we get a Star Fox sequel? I would love that, but don't make it like Star Fox Adventures unless you really liked it. Whatever. Teach his own. Emphasize strong support for 3DS, but don't rely on it. Okay, Pokemon is awesome. That's just like a fact now. But give us something new. Like, tease us a newer game in the whole universe. Like, okay, we already got X and Y, and those are already revolutionary as it is. And we're getting the remakes of Alpha and Omega, Ruby and Sapphire, I think. Yeah, anyone can correct me later if I'm wrong, but remakes are nice, but let's do something else. What are they doing for the company in terms of innovation? Like, what's Nintendo doing that's separating themselves from the competition? I mean, yeah, they're competing in their own league, but still, one's curious. Any new IPs? Like, this is the company that was in the early age of innovation for the video game industry. What are they doing to push the envelope forward? Let's see if they bring any new IPs today. Anything new that we've never heard of before is great. The one thing I'm looking forward to that is not Nintendo related but kind of stemmed from Nintendo related stuff is Mighty Number 9 by KG Ibayun, the guy who created Mega Man. So I'm looking forward to that. Last but never the least, we got Sony. Here's what I think they're going to do. They're going to highlight all their platform exclusives. Infamous, Uncharted, Killzone, Resistance, whatever you liked in the past. They're probably going to highlight it again. It's like, we know you love these franchises, so we're going to make more of these. Well, that's good and all, but again, innovation is key. Let's see if we can get some new stuff. Second, just like Microsoft and Nintendo, they're going to probably emphasize why the PS4 is the best system to buy ever, and you should only get this. Okay, we get it. It's all marketing stuff, but seriously, the main emphasis should be games. Focus on the games. Don't really care about anything else. Games are what determine what platform or console or whatever I buy. Cross connectivity with other Sony devices. They're doing a pretty good job of this with the Vita and Sony devices and TV and internet and computer and whatever, and I'm looking forward to that. I really like that everything's kind of linking together, kind of like what Apple's doing with all their Apple products. So let's do that. They may bring out crowd favorites like Kingdom Hearts 3. Don't really know about the whole last story incident that happened on IGN. Is it still in the works? Hopefully it is. If it's not, I'd be really bummed because it looked really good. New IPs would be a nice plus too. And last but not least, what I think they're going to do is going to talk more about the upgrades to the PlayStation Plus system, being able to play older games. They teased it earlier, and I think it's going to be like a monthly type of thing. I don't know. You pay for the service, and you can play like select library of games from the past, and that's pretty cool. So let's see if they talk more about that. Here's what I think they should do. They should convince gamers out there why they should throw their money at them. I have all this pile of money lying around. Why should I give it to you guys? Convince us. This is the time to do it. What separates them from Microsoft and Nintendo? I have no idea. This is their time to shine. Make sure they focus on the games. Nothing else matters. This is how they got an edge on Microsoft and everybody else last year. What they really did well last year, and I will admit this, is they focused more on the game aspect of it above anything else. Like, no one cares so much about, all this extra stuff and whatever. No, they want video games. They want robots fighting aliens, shooting lasers out of their mouths, fighting sharks that can punch people. That's what we want. Awesome game idea, by the way. Anyone wants to make that, go ahead. What do we have to look forward to for the upcoming year? This is a huge year for video games. So if they have anything to tease or kind of give us little snippets of, this would be the time to do it. There's no better place than E3 to tease the fans and gamers what to look forward to. Okay, and just to go completely left field for a second, I'm going to briefly just skim over the third-party companies such as EA, Ubisoft, Sledgehammer, Activision, whatever. Okay. Basically, they're pretty much the bigger winners. They're the biggest winners of this whole entire thing because they put their games on every platform, and the Big Three, or the Golden Trio, gets to distribute them, and we all win because we all get to play them. So here's what I think they'll do. They'll highlight all their new games. Yes, good. We want that. Possibly new partnerships with the Big Three. Like, I know for a fact, like, Lionhead has always been best pals with Microsoft in the past, so they're probably going to have something to do with like Fable Heroes or Legends or whatever, that awesome new game that they announced a while back. They'll probably talk about new DLC, or like how it's exclusive, or new connectivity. Puns aside, that Naughty Dog has always been best friends with PlayStation. That's a given. I mean, they've made a ton of games. Nintendo, obviously, got Mario, and they got that whole stable of first-party exclusives. So I think they're in good shape. They don't really need to sweat over that. Give us teaser trailers or full-blown gameplay demos. That's what we really want. We want to see how it plays out. Like, I want to be bragging to my friends later, like, oh my gosh, you see that demo for blah 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 blah? It looks so cool. I think I'm probably gonna play it. For example, The Division. I want more gameplay than just a pretty tech demo of snow environments. Come on. I was rendering that stuff back in junior college. Moving on. Last thing, they should probably give us release dates. Everyone loves release dates. I love release dates. It gives me something to look forward to while I work for the rest of my life until I die. So, here's what they should do, in my opinion. Give us tangible release dates. Give us, whether it's like November 15th, 2014, or January 1st, 2016, or whatever. Give us release dates. We want something to look forward to, as I mentioned before. No tech demos. Tech demos are pretty much worthless. Like, yes, you'll be able to flex the capabilities of the technology, but we want tangible demos or gameplay footage. And yeah, it can be a little tricky, but I'm putting a lot of pressure on the people presenting there because I'm the decider. Yeah, I'm the person that decides what I do with my money. So if your game sucks, I'm gonna be really angry because that's $60 that I worked really hard for. So no tech demos. Give us gameplay. Tell us what platform each game is being released on. Is it on all platforms? Old platforms? New platforms? Be specific. Okay, and possibly one curveball announcement. Possible resurrection of a new dead IP? I don't know. Well, for example, Battlefront's getting resurrected. I'm looking forward to that. And last but never the least, wrap up the conference with more coverage throughout the week. E3 is essentially a week, and we get all the awesome video game goodness for a whole entire week of all the announcements and all the new IPs and all the partnerships. So make it worth our time. So yeah, that's it for me, and I hope you enjoyed this little pre-E3 preview, and I'll make more projects in the future. Later.